Let's move on to this now. Defence Minister Thandi Modise is reportedly considering a request by her predecessor, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, for legal representation in her corruption case. The Democratic Alliance is threatening legal action should taxpayers' monies be used for her legal bills. Juniour Khumalo is in studio on this particular story and following it very closely. Junior, good evening to you. Do we know for certain that Minister of Defence Thandi Modise is considering this request by her predecessor, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula?
Indeed, Mr. Mgambi, we know for a fact. We spoke to the spokesperson of the minister, Amos Paho, this morning, and he did confirm that to us, that the minister is currently inundated with considerations on this request that was made by the former minister. This request was actually made on the 19th of April by Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula.
On what basis would the Minister of Defence consider that her department pay legal fees for the former minister, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, on a corruption matter?
Indeed. So the allegations that the former minister is facing happened between 2016 and 2019 when she was the defense minister at the time. So she says that in doing her work, she was then accused of these 12 charges of corruption and 1 of money laundering. But the policy is clear. The state legal representation policy says that an individual who is charged with corruption, fraud, racketeering, or anything that brings a department of government into disrepute, then is not entitled to those legal bills. So it's unclear what exactly the current minister is really considering at this point. But we did speak to the spokesperson, and he also seemed to admit that the policy is very clear. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
The state legal representation policy is quite, clear on issues like corruption. If you are, for instance, charged on a charge that is related to the execution of your duties, you can then be covered by the state legal representation policy. But of which, when you look at the case now, the charge here is corruption. And, one wonders if indeed that was in line with the former minister's execution of duties.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting one. Finally, Junior, there does appear to be an official within the Defense Department who reportedly approached the State Attorney's Office on this matter. On what basis? Did he get express approval by the current leadership within the defense to go and do this?
That's a very interesting question because, yes, the head of legal services in the SANDF right now, Mr. Eric Mnisi, is the one who received the letter from the former minister, MapisaNqakula, on the 19th of April. As per the structure, he was supposed to approach the current minister as well as the secretary of the SANDF and then inform them that I have received this letter from the former minister. What do I do next? But it seems like he jumped this step and went straight to the state attorney. So as we speak right now, the current minister is also looking into this individual. So as far as we know, he has not been suspended yet, but they're still looking at his conduct, whether he followed the right administrative processes.
Juniour Khumalo, thank you very much for that clear explanation of exactly what the goings-on are in this matter.